From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, August 14th, 2014. Silver is trading at $19.85 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,310 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $514. AntiWarcom reports the Iraqi Kurdistan regional government was on the cusp of secession just weeks ago, but the sudden losses to ISIS have changed the Q calculation. The latest round of U.S. and French arms shipments are changing it again. Officials are pumping arms into the Kurdish Peshmerga in Q, hoping it will change the balance of power between them and ISIS, but it is changing inevitably the balance between them and the Iraqi central government as well. The reason the U.S. and others were not selling arms to the Peshmerga in the first place, and indeed the reason the U.S. was previously limiting arms sales to the Maliki government, was to keep the Kurds from securing enough arms to successfully secede, or for the Iraqi military to get strong enough to crush the autonomous region. With the U.S. now throwing itself headlong into the Iraq War, the fear of upsetting this balance has gone out the window, and they and their allies are now arming everyone with reckless abandon, irrespective of the inevitable consequences. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. The AP reports same-sex couples could begin marrying as early as next week in Virginia after a federal appeals court refused on Wednesday to delay its ruling that struck down the state's gay marriage ban. The state would also need to start recognizing gay marriages from out of state next Wednesday, though the U.S. Supreme Court could effectively put same-sex marriages on hold again if opponents of same-sex marriages are able to win an emergency delay. One county clerk in Northern Virginia had asked the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond to stay its decision striking down the ban issued in late July, while it is appealed to the High Court. The appeals court order did not explain why it denied the request. Nancy Leong, a law professor at the University of Denver, said, "The Fourth Circuit decision shows there's no longer a justification to keep same-sex couples from marrying. Given how many different judges in so many different parts of the country have reached the same result, it seems highly likely that the plaintiffs will ultimately prevail on the merits, and I think that, in turn, explains why the Fourth Circuit was not willing to grant a stay." Attorneys General in the two Carolinas did not indicate whether they would direct clerks to begin issuing licenses along with Virginia following the initial ruling last month. North Carolina Attorney General Roy Cooper announced that his office will stop defending his state's ban. A spokesman for South Carolina's Attorney General, Alan Wilson, said he sees no need to stop defending the state's ban. The West Virginia Attorney General's office said it communicated with the West Virginia County Clerks Association that its law regarding same-sex marriage remains in effect. Maryland, another state in the circuit, already allows same-sex marriage. During the 2013 Porcupine Freedom Festival, Davi Barker presented an idea for a Renegade psychological experiment. Since then, he has refined his idea and put his plan and research into writing. He explains, "We aim to show the world beyond a shadow of a doubt that power corrupts absolutely and corrupt authority deserves no obedience." Authoritarian Sociopathy is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. AntiWar.com reports the latest 72-hour ceasefire in the Gaza Strip expired and saw a brief exchange of fire with a handful of rockets fired into Israel and Israel launching several strikes on Gaza. Casualties have yet to be confirmed on either side. It was just a blip, however, and both sides have now confirmed agreeing to another 5-day extension to continue the peace talks in Cairo, which have reportedly made some progress. Hamas officials appeared more or less united on the ceasefire extension publicly, while several Israeli cabinet officials expressed annoyance, lashing Prime Minister Netanyahu for not keeping them informed and demanding that the war be continued, even escalated until some sort of total military victory was achieved. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.